You guys know what we're gonna do, right? Yeah. Sarah Plain and Tall. We're gonna read another. Let me see. Another, I don't know how many pages. Hold on, let me check. Like another 5 pages. So yeah, we're on this page, I think. Yeah, we're on page 13, I think. Let me check. Yep, page 13. It's called Sarah Plain Tall, and if you're new, this is part 2. Go see part 1. Yeah, we're gonna have to say like this. Bluish. Wait. Sea bass and bluish. Sometimes he sees whales and birds too. Oh, wait. It's page 13. I've been reading page 12. Sarah Plain and Tall. Dear Caleb, my cat's name is Seal because she's gray like the seals that swim offshore in Maine. She is glad that Lottie and Nick and their greetings. She likes dogs most of the time. She says their footprints are much larger than hers, which she is including in return. Your house sounds lovely, even though it is far out in the country with no close neighbors. My house is tall, and the shingles are gray because of the salt from the sea. There are roses nearby. Yes, I do like small rooms sometimes. Yes, I can keep a fire going at night. I do not know if I snore. Seal has never told me. Very truly yours, Sarah Elizabeth. So there's one person named Queen Elizabeth, but she went to sleep forever, so I feel really bad. So she's always in our hearts. You guys heard that? Yeah, that's nothing. Did you really ask her about fires and snoring? I asked, amazed. I wish to know, Caleb said. He kept the letter with him, reading it in the barn and in the fields and by the cow pond. And always in bed at night. We have like 4 more pages. One morning early, Papa and Caleb and I were cleaning out the horses' stalls and putting down new bedding. Papa stood suddenly and leaned on his pitchfork. Sarah has said she will come for months. A month. Time if we wish her to, he said, his voice loud in the dark barn. To see how it is. Just to see. Caleb stood by the stall door and folded his arms across the chest. So I think it's like this. I think he began, then I think he said slowly, that it would be good to say yes, he finished in a rush. So in a rush is like this. Hi, Miss Miriam. Hi, Nanny. Hi, Liv. I'm not telling you guys. Papa looked at me. I say yes, I told him. Grinding, yes, said Papa. Then yes, it is, and the three of us, all smiling, went to work again. The next day, Papa went to town to mail his letter to Sarah. It was rainy for days, and the clouds followed the house. It was cool and damp and quiet. Once I set 4 places at the table, then caught myself and put the extra plates away. 3 lambs were born, one with a black face, and then Papa's letter came. It was very short. Dear Jacob, I will come by train. I will wear a yellow bonnet. I am plain and tall. Sarah, what's that? Asked Caleb, excitedly peering over Papa's shoulder. He pointed there, written at the bottom of the letter. Papa read it to himself. Then he smiled, holding up the letter for us to see. Tell them I sing was all it said. So, I think this is chapter 3. We have read already a lot of pages. We're on our page 16. Alright, let me read. Sarah came in the spring. She came through green grass fields, the bloomed Indian paper, red and orange and blue-eyed grass. Papa got up early for the long day's trip to the train and back. He brushed his hair so slick and shiny that Caleb laughed. He wore a clean blue shirt and a belt instead of suspenders. He fed and watered the horses, taking to them as he hitched them up to the wagon. Old Bless calm and kind. Jack, wild eyes, reaching over to nip Bess on the neck. Clear day, Bess, said Papa, rubbing her nose. Settle down, Jack. He leaned his head on Jack, and then Papa drove off along the dirt road. That page barely made any sense. Kind of did and kind of not. But page 17. We have like a lot more pages going on. It's already been 8 minutes. To fetch Sarah. Papa's new life. Maybe our new mother. Gophers ran back and forth across the road, stopping to stand up and watch the wagon. Far off in the field, woodchuck ate and listened. Ate and listened. Caleb and I did our chores without talking. We shoveled out the stalls and laid down new hay. We fed the sheep. We swept and straightened and carried wood and water. And then our chores were done. Caleb pulled on my shirt. Is my face clean? He asked. Can my face be too clean? He looked alarmed. No, your face is clean, but not too clean, I said. Caleb slipped his hand into mine. We stood on the porch, watching the road. He was afraid. Will she be nice? He asked. Like Maggie, Sarah will be nice, I told him. How far away is Maine? He asked. You know how far? Far away by the sea. Will Sarah bring some sea? He asked. Page 18. No, you cannot bring the sea, No, you cannot bring the sea. The sheep ran in the field, and far off the cows moved slowly to the pond like turtles. Will she like us? Caleb asked very softly. I watched a marsh hawk wheel down behind the barn. He looked up at me. Of course she will like us, he answered his own question. We are nice, he added, making me smile. We waited and watched. I rocked on the porch and Caleb rolled on a marble on the wood floor. Back and forth. Back and forth. The marbles was blue. He saw the dust from the wagon first, rising above the road, above the heads of Jack and old Bess, Beast or Bess or whatever. Caleb climbed up into the porch roof and shaded his eyes. A bonnet, he cried. I see a yellow bonnet. The dogs came out from under the porch, ears up. Their eyes were on the cloud of dust bringing Sarah. The wagon passed the fenced field, and the cows and sheep looked up too. It rounded the windmill and the barn and the wild break of cold Russian alive that Mama and had planted long ago. Nick began to bark, then Lottie and the wagon cluttered into the yard and stopped by the steps. Hush, said Papa to the dogs, and it was quiet. Sarah stepped down from the wagon, a cloth bag in her hand. She reached up and took off her yellow bonnet, smoothing back her brown hair into a bun. She was plain and tall. Did you bring some sea? Cried Caleb beside me. Something from the sea, said Sarah, smiling, and me. She turned and lifted a black case from the wagon. And seal too? Carefully, she opened the case, and Seal, gray with white feet, stepped out. Lottie laid down her head on her paws. Nick leaned down to sniff. Then he lay down to the cat. Will be good in the barn, said Papa for mice. Sarah smiled. She will be good in the house too. Sarah took Caleb's hand, then mine. Her hands were large and rough. She gave Caleb a shout. All right, so on page 20, and I'll read page 20, 21, 22, and then 23 tomorrow. So, bye guys. Hopefully you love this book, or like it, or don't like it. I don't care. But bye guys.